Wide on the outside too, making it 3 wide back there, about 6 rows back of 2x2. But side by side, coming out of turn number 2, around goes the 32 and hard into the wall. Miguel Paludo hard into the wall, coming out of turn number 4.
Very reminiscent of Danica's accident in the duel.
I think the 24 is going to get boxed right here as they try to go 3 wide.
4 wide. Stewart Gordon's hard into the wall. There's Edwards, Allmendinger.
Oh no, what mess.
Gordon and Stewart, and then cars trying to sweep by on the outside. Menard, Montoya, McMurray, Harvick, or rather Boyer, all get caught up in it.
Oh, Davey Hamlin not going to get this one back. Hard into the wall behind him. Matt Kenseth, Menard, Vickers, and more. Look at this pileup. Only Stewart in the middle of that. Keselowski, Truex. What a mess.
About 12th or 13th spot on the racetrack.
Losing the lead to Casey Kane.
On the outside. And here comes Jimmy Johnson in as well. Jeremy Mayfield.
Oh, trouble at Blaney. Michael Waltrip and Blaney got together. There goes Blaney into the wall.
There goes everybody.
Yeah, Ryan Newman's in it. Greg Biffle.
48 car.
Half the field, it looks like.
It was Logano that actually gave Reagan the shot that he needed to get to the lead to win the race yesterday. Oh, touch. Boy, Jeff Gordon.
And around. He's car to the wall.
I think that was Jeff Gordon.
Here we go. 8, 9, 10 cars. Mark Martin's involved.
Man, you hate to see this early in the race.
I believe Jeff Gordon was the first car sent up and into the wall. Somebody
hit Jeff, and that got started it. Joey Logano was trying to get by on the inside. You'll see Joey come along here. Thinks Kyle's going to stay up next to the wall, but the car comes down, and that is amazing.
Yeah. Joey was all the way on the apron.
He felt like Kyle was probably going to stay outside up next to the wall, but the car was just coming down the hill. And look at that 22 car just goes airborne. What an impact.
Takes a little time for him to get
Oh, here we go. Martin got turned by Joey Logano on that one. Look at him.
Big crash. Several cars involved, and it all got started when Logano got Mark Martin.
Truex is in it. Mark Martin's in it.
Logano with a half a car length on him. Now here comes Carl back on the low side. Carl spins a little.
Come on, he's sideways.
Now he gets into Joey's into the wall, and the car's upside down. On his side is Cliff.
Yellow's out, yellow is out, yellow is out.
Wallace gets into it. The 14 of Bliss gets into it. Red flag immediately.
Stop on the back. They want you to stop on the back.
green flag.
Whoa!
No, Johnson's out of it.
Big wreck.
Can't go.
Big wreck going to happen here on the front
no, man. You are kidding me?
Look at who came out front, though, on the back straightaway. Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, Brad Keselowski really got blindsided. He didn't see this coming at all. You see this 42 car gets sideways, gets into the right rear quarter panel, and then this 88 car just slams the wall, went up in the air.
Guys, I don't know if I've seen a harder wreck before going into turn 1 of my life. Thing on fire. Again, the soft wall that NASCAR's got at most all these racetracks really held up. And it was a great thing. And we saw Brad get out of the car.
There you see the 54 car in the middle. Kenny Wallace up high. This is racing for 25th place.
And Kurt Busch is going to get in the 54 and turn him up in front of the 23.
Look at that.
Matt Tifft in the 11, Grant Enfinger in the 24. Neither one of them in the chase, but just as hungry for their first win.
Oh, there it goes.
Ben Rhodes collects a bunch of them.
Oh, man.
The big one at Talladega.
Well, coming to turn 1, don't forget, he had just stopped. Watch this car move right here. Something breaks on that car. He just clears the trap. Oh. And huge contact with the Armco. And watch as Jimmy climbs out of the car and says, yeah, guys, I'm okay.
Just show at ground level the way these trucks haul the mail off into the corner. Got in trouble up at turn 4.
Oh, and there goes Thierio hard into the wall. And that's Reddick in the 19 that had the problem, that kicked it all off with Thierio as he comes grinding to a halt.
Is Kyle leaving the car?
He had been cutting it. Casey Kane gets turned around. Greg Hill involved. Martin Martin is there. No caution has come out. They're going to let him race back as Burton piles in, and now they're Austin 6.
See the intensity level coming up on these guys. Mike Wallace looked like he was going below David Rudeman right here, but they ran up on a slower car. Wow. Right.
That's Kevin LePage's 61. Carl Edwards went up across the backup.
Two-team has avoided the scare they had earlier with the water temperatures. The debris is completely removed. We've talked about Brad Keselowski being proficient at restrictor plate racing. 4 wins, and we've got trouble behind him, Rick.
Around they go. It looked like it was Eric Almirola that was the first to go sideways and then collecting numerous cars behind him.
Some kind of idea about what happens here.
Darrell, I believe the 12 car, Ryan Newman, looks like he was out of shape, maybe starting to get loose by himself.
And Newman almost flipped over.
Remember, he had that hard crash at Daytona where he got on his roof at back in February.
Carl Edwards. Oh, big hit. That was Bill Lester, I believe, in the 22. Bill Lester hits hard. Travis Kvapil goes down pit road. David Rudeman and Chad Chaffin also involved. Bill Lester's truck comes to a stop just in front of the grandstands.
Carl Edwards, can he make it stick on the outside? Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line in the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. Oh, they touched. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys.
Now they're going to try Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the outside. Oh! Schrader, hard in the inside.
Schrader up high on the outside. Cars sliding on the inside. 2, 3, 4, 5 cars now sliding, careening together in turn 1. One car erupts in flames. That in turn 1 as they continue to have impact.
Tight running as they've been all day. Jeff Gordon there, and the 24 comes over, touches the 98 car.
Gets into Marlin.
He hit John Andretti first, and it looked like it triggered just a chain reaction. You see Earnhardt in trouble there. He makes contact on Gordon.
Here's Trickle.
There's Trickle going backwards. You see the roof flaps employ.
Jarrett way down in the grass in 88 and up in the air. Jeremy Mayfield.
Car number 37.
Let's watch her here and see what happens. Oh, Kenny Schrader got out of control, got into him. Oh, that's what happened, Mike. His right rear tire came off. Car goes airborne, then when it hits the ground, it digs in and just rips it apart. Let me tell you, the way these cars are inside, he's like he's in a capsule in there.
Well, he's getting a nice push from him. Oh, trouble. Harvick's around.
Oh, got spun on the backside by the 43.
How many's it going to collapse?
Hold the brake.
Oh, what a vicious crash. Eric McClure.
Sadler, big run right there. You saw what he did.
Oh, down goes the 60. Austin Cindric wrecking in front of the crowd. Daniel Hemrick's caught up. Tyler Reddick. Cindric. Barrel rolls.
When you're done, Pablo.
When Pablo Montoya and Bobby Labonte were racing right in front of him in turn 4. Yeah, this is Mark had caught these cars. You can see Bobby Labonte looks like just loses it, gets loose with that car right up behind him there. But Mark had been there for a while. You can see Mark spinning now. Not much you can do except hold on and lock the brakes as a driver at this point in time. Right there. Oh.
Yeah, it's lucky the crew members weren't injured there as well.
Riding along with the bat cam, 100 miles an hour on that camera as they go down the back stretch.
Oh, there it is.
Hard into the wall, the 41 of Kurt Busch. He'll collect the rest of the field.
The 18's in it, the 48's in it.
The 88 is in it. Just on the front edge, he starts to roll now on the apron.
How about Carl Edwards, who made that charge on the final lap in April? He's up high.
Got a long way to go to coming to the white flag.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes Kurt Busch around.
Oh.
Crash behind you. Crash.
Oh,
Mark's
upside down.
upside down.
Mark.
Mark Martin is over on his roof,
Back on his wheel.
into the wall. Casey Mears, Rudeman is there, Reagan is there, Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon.
You took it away from me earlier today. He's going to try and take it away from you. He's hung in the middle. Here he goes. Keselowski's got trouble now. Keselowski's got on the hard side. Look out, they're going to go around.
Behind.
Oh, big crash. Oh, and up into the wall. Look out. The caution is out. The race will finish. Johnny Sauter
inside. It's 3 wide.
Making that hole.
Forced his way to the middle.
Middle of 3. You're middle of 3. Come on, 13. You got a guy coming to you. Not over. Keep digging.
They're crashing. Rhodes into Crafton.
Keep digging.
Crafton up and over.
If Michael McDowell gets into the back of Gillo and get into the corner here. Oh my goodness. Nice, the hard line.
Right across in front of Labonte, who backs that car into the guardrail. There comes the 77 of Hornish. He was involved. See, Ryan Newman just stopped in the 12 car.
Jeff Green got sideways there underneath the 27 car. Casey Atwood almost lost control.
And a big...
Oh, trouble. Oh, one car upside down.
Casey Atwood. And sliding through the grass, Kenson flies around.
White and yellow flag.
Atwood's car is destroyed.
Denny Hamlin took 2 tires that time, while Nemechek took 4 as Nemechek goes by Hamlin, or tries to.
Oh, not going to work. It's not going to work. Here we go again, boys.
And up and over goes Casey Mears.
What a day. I don't think I've ever seen I've been here, coming here for 30 years. I've never seen a day like this.
That was ugly.
Unless this 41 car, Kurt Busch, can get some kind of big move here off turn 4 like Kevin did. Oh, and there
Shots into the wall with the one of McMurray. 3, 4 cars around. One on its roof. One car hard into the wall.
That was a...
And it ends in flames and sparks.
Our front row sitter up here, he's got a torn-up race car, 78 car.
Hunt through the S's. Through the S's, uphill, left, right, left. Oh, one car off. Scott Bully in the way, and we're stacking them up. Oh my God. One car up and over the fencing.
Wow. A year ago, Morgan Shepherd led this race. He has led it today. He finished 13th. He said it was that win.
Out of control goes Kansas.
Over on his roof.
Get back on it.
And Jimmy Spencer goes right to the back bumper of Darrell Waltrip as they drop down the back stretch. Tremendous side-by-side racing in a crash. Mark Martin's car lifts off the ground but does not go over. But this crash is going to involve several cars.
You see Hut Strickland in the mud there.
Top of your screen. Wow.
Just a vicious. It's like the accelerator hung. Like he got down in the corner and he just never backed off. That's what it looked like. Yeah. I mean, he's got the left front brake locked up, trying to get the car slowed down, and he will not slow down, just going straight ahead.
No brakes.
Kyle caught up. Field accordion's back.
Whoa, man.
Trouble. Stewart in the wall.
Here we go.
Robbie Gordon's in at the 33. Harvick is around.
Here we go, guys.
The big one.
It's a matter of time.
At least 20 cars.
Just about like running an event from a pizza oven, and there's been...
And there's a spin. There's trouble.
Upside down. Schrader's number 25, side over side, end over end. Another car in trouble and also getting airborne.
Terry Labonte is involved. His car spinning around over the grass.
Well, that's a complete redo, Mike. That has to be a redo right there. Look, car number 90 turning and flipping, going into the wall, and that takes out at least 3 other cars. He looked like a tire might have blown as they came down for the finish line, and Ken Schrader's automobile gets sideways and turns over and comes sliding on its top.
And you can see the right front is destroyed, therefore he has no brakes, almost like the throttle's even stuck.
It does look that way.
You know, I'm not so sure that maybe he didn't hit the wall and daze himself and just stayed in the throttle. He's already had hard impact.
That was a hard lick.
Yeah, hard impact into that wall. And this is just...
Boy, it sure looks like it's still accelerating.
Yeah, it does.
Top right of your screen. Have some trouble off turn number 2 there. He's already made contact with the outside wall. Here comes Jeff Fuller to avoid hitting him right in the door. He turns his car hard left. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to spin it around. He's going to make some awfully hard contact with the inside wall.
Phil couldn't hit it in a worse place. I mean, it was angled to the opening on the inside wall on the backstretch. There's an opening there.
Ross Chastain has the advantage down on the bottom. He's still at front. Here comes that 98 and the 88 tandem in the middle of the track. Johnny Sauter, he won at Daytona earlier this year. Can he do it again? They wreck behind him. They're rolling behind him. Now the 88 spins. Thor Sport is going to win. It's going to be Johnny Sauter that will get the win, but they wreck behind him.
And Kurt Busch trying to move to the inside and take that spot away and take the lead away from Newman, but Newman will have nothing of it.
No, got trouble getting into 3, guys. Joey Logano. Big crash. Oh, he's down.
Over and over, Logano goes between 3 and 4.
No.
The car will come back to rest on all 4 tires.
Oh boy, Stanley Steamer.
Whoa, there's
And around she goes into Kenseth.
Oh gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall. Hard.
Man, Kenseth. Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fits back there. The way it landed was unbelievable. He's fine. Boy, you got the window let down right away out of frustration.
Oh, Briscoe gets loose. Austin Wayne Self around. Heavy contact with the 99 of Peters up and over.
Now we can see the momentum coming from that outside lane. Once again, just on the inside of Blake.
Oh, look out! Oh, and upside down is Earnhardt. This is going to be a mess.
Man behind on the way.
The 33 of Honda, Joey Logano involved. More cars still spinning in this multiple car crash. Just that quick. Yeah, right there. We could keep both these battles in this shot. Great job, guys. Down the stretch. Look out. Trouble. Kurt's into the wall. Boyer's in it as well. And Kurt's getting the worst of it.
Like a little bump track going on right there, trying to gain the advantage. Man, look at this.
Oh, man. Further back, Elliott Sadler. And look at the engine is out of this thing.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Head on into that Armco.
That's down in a 90-degree corner.
In turn 1, yesterday afternoon, half hour left in the final practice. You're riding with Elliott Sadler. There's the tire blowing. There's the first time over. Second, third. How many times did you go over, Elliott?
I think we ended up 12 times before it was all said and done. It's definitely the scariest time of my life, but I tell you what, the Wood brothers did me a great race car as far as being safe. NASCAR did a great job on the specs, and I'm just happy to be here with you fine people today.
Almost squeezed Harvick into the wall, and here comes Harvick, the 29, with Matt Kenseth.
Oh, Mark got loose. Mark got loose.
And Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. No caution. They're side by side, right to the line.
Big crash. Here they come. Checker flag. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500.
We got one car on his roof coming across the start-finish line.
Still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere.
All 3 cars are touching as they come down through the tri-oval, but everybody maintains position.
Wow.
Oh no, Sachs is in trouble.
And takes Petty with him.
And we're going to have a terrific crash here as Nearly all the field is going to be involved in this crash. There are only about 10 or 12 cars that survived this melee just past the starting line.
To let Mears go back by. Also, his spotter, Jimmy Brickhouse, reports to the team that they may have some slight cosmetic damage with the crash.
Trouble in turn 1. Oh, car on its roof. Michael Waltrip. Mark Martin is in it. One of the championship contenders.
Elliott Sadler, the pulse in a 38. Damage.
Outside lane, hanging tough here on the restart.
Oh, here we go.
Got trouble. That's Casey Kane that goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh, my. Half the field is gone.
The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, the 18 gets on its roof.
And Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
Just going to be, I think, 2 tires on this stop. This car just loose early on in this race, but they did settle down.
Straight away. 48 hit, and Jimmy Johnson goes spinning.
Down. Busher. Oh, man.
Chris Buescher on his lid and lands back on his wheels. Caution.
Oh, man, we saw 4 wide off the corner over there. I was afraid of those.
Here's Sam Hornish racing with Casey Kane as they come out of the corner. Oh, looks like Casey got loose and tried to correct it. Got into Sam, and goodness gracious. Just as we saw the other day. Wow, huge lick by Jeff Gordon. It's good to see him get out of his car. And Sam Hornish. Both of those cars hit extremely hard on that second impact.
Side by side. Watch out for my place car, Kyle Busch. He's looking.
Everybody's ahead. They touch. They touch it. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch wins at California.
Watch his car. Watch the back of the car. I mean, the whole car just came up off the ground.
That 97 has shown to be fast. They're very fast.
And what's at stake for him here? He's
trouble.
Contact on the backside. It's Michael Waltrip and now Brian Vickers. Robbie Gordon, 31. Waltrip's over. 1, 2, 3 times for Michael Waltrip. Well, there's the big one right there.
Let's see what happens.
Well, he was side by side with John Cram. John Cram goes out through there in front of Derek Cope.
And the car overturned several times. So our concern isn't about Derek Cope. He's okay. Our concern is John Krebs. And he did not come close to a spectator area. They were well separated from the area that Krebs landed in.
And Jeff is working him over. Look at that. Jeff's going to move him up out of the groove and get by him.
Whoa, Busch is around. Can he save it this time?
Oh, there you go.
He does. He saves it. But there's a
Jeff Gordon's upside down. Jeff Gordon's upside down.
And Kurt Busch's car is destroyed.
Oh, my gosh.
He said, I think we're going to have a fast race car. His spotter, Eddie DeHaan, just told him it's time to be green.
Oh, there he goes. There we go. There we go.
Oh, upside
down.
Side.
Well, AJ, that was a humdinger.
Coming off of turn 2 where we've said that it's the wind. Somebody got into the back of that car right there.
That's Ward Burton right there.
Saw a puff of tire smoke, and then everything went.
I think that's what started. Somebody got back of Ward Burton off turn 2.
I'm pretty sure the 4 car got into the back of Ward Burton, turned him into the 20 car. And God help all of them because there's no place to go. Everything's going fine. You think you're in the right place, doing a good job. All of a sudden, a bunch of cars go by you on the outside. And you're still line and say, roll.
Whoa, trouble. The 2-car upside down, over and on to Scott Riggs.
It's the big one. Oh, boy. Who is that still?
Sauter. It was Johnny Sauter.
There's not anybody left.
I mean, I only see about 4 or 5 cars that are coming around through 3 and 4 right now that were not in this race. They see Mike McLaughlin in 18. They're still getting upside down. Cars driving under cars.
Now you can see that. If somebody run out of fuel right there in the middle of that group, it would cause a huge wreck. We've heard, oh, here's a car upside down.
Big time crash upside down.
Ryan Newman.
See Kevin Harvick there. Marcus Ambrose.
Ambrose is there, comes across. Harvick stops, and Newman's car comes to rest upside down on its roof.
Keep it behind you, keep it behind you, keep it behind you. One to go, one to go.
The white flag is out.
They're going to
Sauter
crash.
with a big run. They're crashing. Christopher Bell upside down.
Richard Petty was running in a pack of cars, and the back end starts to go around, and it looks like he might have been tagged by the car number 73 of Phil Barkdahl, and you can see Petty's car just cramming and turning over up against the wall, and other cars coming in. There's Barkdahl hitting him as he came by.
But Buddy Baker, who has a lot of sentiment on veteran observers, as one of the real great.
Oh, we have a problem.
The tire.
Bobby Allison with a horrible crash here on the front stretch. It has torn out a complete section of protective railing separating it. Alan Kowicki becomes involved.
Debris and is collecting other cars. There was a lot of debris in the front stretch. Kowicki was involved. Richard Petty, I think.
And the right side of Kyle Busch's car was in his way.
Getting crowded up there in the front right now with the 42. Oh,
whoa!
trouble! Big
crash. Danica Patrick and Joey Logano.
Oh, man!
Eric Almirola.
Holy smoly. Heavy damage on Denny.
Well, I'm with Denny on this one. They'll never make another lap or two, Denny. I just don't see no way. This is crazy. Crazy.
They got to make it. They got to make it 6 more times.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There was no way.
Bobby Logano's in it. Stringy's in it. Jeff Gordon down to the ground. Because NASCAR controls the shots here, but we expect to see a new trouble! Bear gets part of the thing. Oh, and Scott Briggs on his roof. Oh, Briggs. Man, there's been a lot of cars getting up. Roof lately.
Look at Jarrett in the green car. He jumped down the inside. It's put him up into 3rd place. A while ago, we saw Jarrett and Earnhardt were capable of pull away a little bit. They're trying to bring it in.
Trouble behind Rusty Wallace is turning over.
Rusty Wallace, 20 feet in the air, spinning, crashing.
Well, I tell you, when they're running that close together and jumping around position, you just know that things like this are going to happen.
The car's out of control.
Maynard Troyer's Ford number 60 flips an incredible number of times. The roll bar cage that protects the driver and keeps the roof up is intact.
Oh, goodness. 6 gets, it's like, oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Wow. Like Moore said, got into the 6 car. David Reagan. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, Martin goes a little high there. Gordon gets into him. They both have to back off, and then the jamming up starts, and they get into the wall on the outside. Others start jockeying around. There's Derek Cope. He thought he got through that for just a moment, but Mark Martin's going to come right back up in front of him. And it's that Ricky Craven.
Yes, it is.
Ricky Craven in car number 41 that's flipping over, went up against the outside wheel fence, back down on the track, and was hit again.
Petty's racing speeds close to 150 miles an hour. Here's the relationship between second place Yarborough and leader Richard Petty's in trouble. Head for the wall. Hits the fence, crashes. Yarborough goes by. Baker goes by. Chuck Brown spins and Walter crashes into him. Richard Petty, in a surprise, has trouble. Crashes into the outside fence.
This is when those 2 cars in the front are getting out there, and the guys have a chance to gain some momentum on them as this Pat catches them.
They can't do this for 10 laps.
Eric Jones around. Back across the field. The big one, part 2 at Daytona.
Yeah, they can't do this.
Stay high.
Nice straight. Did anybody hit you there, Cal?
A horrific crash for Kyle Busch, who slid through the infield grass and went head-on into the inside wall.
There was some talk of whether the team could switch points.
Whoa, whoa, guys, whoa, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. I have
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
He hit that wall a ton.
Oh my gosh.
Michael's moving around in the car.
As you exit pit road.
Wow, his car went upside down. And then comes back on the wheel as we see Musgrave's car sliding up against the wall, flames coming from it as he comes across the start-finish line.
Despite the problem on pit road, that 81 car is still running well. He is. Oh, and Earnhardt gets turned. Elliott hard in the wall. Major crash here on the front stretch. A car upside down. That's Bill Elliott. And Dale Earnhardt was on his side as he came down through the tri-oval.
Take a look at what happened here that's brought out the second caution of the day.
There's Stanley Smith in the middle in the black car. They were running 3 abreast going into that turn 10. There's the car number 1 of Rick Bass.
There is one car that has gone over the wall, as you see in that. And there are the remains of the car that went over the wall.
And it looks like someone standing there with a helmet in.
And got out of that.
Let's hope that is the case. The helmet goes off.
He implemented a specialized team, completely dedicated to restrictor plate racing. Less than a dozen people. Oh, and we've got trouble on the track, and it's Kyle Busch upside down.
Big time crash. Kyle Busch goes upside down and rolls down across on his roof here on lap 26. Cars comes back over, and now side over side barrel rolls. And comes to rest on its wheels.
Michael Waltrip in the 55. Into the picture. Pushed by Casey Mears. Kenseth with Harvick behind him. Oh, there's contact.
Get out of you now.
Stewart into the middle of the pack and over.
There's been a crash on the home stretch. A car upside down.
And that's
a
Richard
blue
Petty.
car. It is Richard Petty. That looks like Richard's helmet sticking out of the car, and he certainly appears to be unconscious. The pit crew running out. The yellow flag, of course, is out. This could be a very bad accident to one of the best-known race drivers in the world. He actually cracked the wall, almost went all the way through it, and had he gone through that or slipped up over it, it could have been a real tragedy in the pit area.
How long can he do that? Rusty gets out of the way now. Top Petty. Oh, and he's upside down. Into the guardrail. Side over side. End over end. And Davey Allison has experienced a horrifying crash.
Yarborough's trying to pass. They're in deep trouble. Cale Yarborough's over the wall. He never even touched the guardrails. He sailed down that 40-foot slope. The plate slides through the infield. Leroy Yarborough was clipped as he tried to avoid the collision. His trunk lid was torn off.
Well, that's why he's doing what he's doing. He's just mirror driving all over the racetrack.
Elliott's down there over once and a half and on his roof.
Now the car's tumbling hard on the pavement in turn 3. Caution is out. A terrible crash.
Hey, okay, man, okay, guys, back it down, back it down. We're not racing.
It's going to be hard to get him. It's going to be close right here at the line.
Can Keselowski try to win it?
I don't know. I don't think he can step out until he waits till the last second and picks up.
He goes to the outside. Is Edwards going?
Oh, no.
He turns him.
No, no.
Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car.
No.
Edwards will not make it to the flag.
Oh,
Brad Keselowski won this race.
Earnhardt on the inside and Sterling Marlin outside.
And Ernie going with Earnhardt down on the inside. That's going to hit. Oh, he got trouble.
Terrible crash. Front of the field all torn up. Earnhardt's car destroyed. A major crash.
Oh, level and in trouble is 07 LaJoy. Randy LaJoy slamming into the wall. Randy LaJoy out of Norwalk, Connecticut, destroying his automobile. Randy
Randy LaJoy, second-generation driver, absolutely destroying the Bob Johnson car number 07.
That's Waltrip and Alan Kulwicki leading this.
Oh, look at Earnhardt. Got sideways. Somebody looked like made some contact.
Uh-oh, we've got a problem.
Back here. I'm sure Darrell Waltrip and Joe
Darrell Waltrip tumbling down the backstretch in what appears to be a very, very serious crash.
Today at the Bristol Motor Speedway, there was a near tragedy in Busch Series practice. Mike Harmon hits the wall during practice in turn 2, spins down the track, and is hit flush by Johnny Sauter. You can see Harmon there, totally exposed in his race car as Sauter approached. Amazingly, Harmon was uninjured. His race car devastated.
All right, it is a magnificent chess game that is being played here. Oh, trouble! Ricky Rudd slamming toward the wall. Crashing, rolling over, side over side. Ricky Rudd, Ford automobile, out of control.
Jimmy Spencer is second. They come through the tri-oval. Checkered is waving. Ernie Evans wins, and Rusty spins and gets airborne. And flips wildly right at the start-finish line. Very reminiscent of his accident at Daytona.
Oh, man. That is too bad. The bad crash over in turn 2. Michael Waltrip has hit the wall hard. The car is upside down. And you can see the car is really torn up.
Michael Waltrip's car begins to slip and slide on the outside and contacts the concrete wall nearly head-on. The car is sawed in half by that concrete barrier there. One of the most spectacular and violent crashes I have ever seen,
Jerry, I've been involved in auto racing for more than 30 years, and I don't remember ever seeing a car torn up this much.
Final corner at Daytona. Who's going to get here first? Regan Smith 7, Kensworski 22, Stewart 33, and contact! Smith turns around. Tommy Stewart is going to win this race. A terrible crash coming to the finish.
This is a big wreck.
Kyle Larson's car with the front end severely torn off.
To the bottom of the racetrack, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to stay in front of the pack. They work their way through 3 and 4. Into the tri-oval they come. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Jr. will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars.
It's a lot easier to just touch that brake than to let off the gas and slow that truck down. Just staying up high going in the corner. He's not following the truck in front of him. Don't know what's going on there. Whoa! Oh, look out! We got trouble. This is going to hurt. Uh-oh. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Yep.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Then the Namick, the green car goes out. He and Kurt Busch go up and they touch the 46 of Rob Morgan and outside retaining ball goes Jeffrey Bodine.
The truck comes totally apart. You'll see the motor flying off there on the left upper portion of your screen. It ended up about 300 feet further down the track. One more view. Look how high he got.
There's Jeffrey Bodine after he was taken out of the truck trying to get the oxygen mask off as he's taking the damage.
The leader's at record speed, but the rest of the field is in trouble back in the fourth turn. The most fantastic pileup in auto racing history takes 37 cars out of the race.